Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com. Welcome to another beat making video. This beat is very different. It's not your typical beat. I don't know how I would describe it, but this actually is a beat or instrumental that is for television. And I believe actually this has been submitted already. So just wanted to break it down, a couple elements that I did. Hopefully it'll inspire you. Hopefully it'll give you some pointers along the way and just kind of just open you up to different things you can do in production and just take your production to a different level. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that sub button, click the bell as well so you get to see more videos like this and also more producer tips and product demos and some other things I have planned for the channel that I'm sure that you will like. And you notice I don't have my usual setup. I don't have my nice condenser microphone. I do still have my nice headphones. I'm actually out on travel for business/leisure. And shout out to Vegas. So anyone that's out in Vegas right now, put it in the comments. Definitely appreciate y'all. So, and shout out to our subscribers that are subscribed to the channel. If you watch the video, just click the button. It's free TV, man. And also here to give you some knowledge too and inspiration and hopefully some guidance. So let's jump into it. This particular beat, I just started out with just pretty much a loop and then just kind of built more around it. So check it out. Started out, it's like a pluck loop. And I don't think I did that much to it processing wise. I did try halftime, but it was too many low frequencies. And speaking of low frequencies, I cut it at 100 hertz, just so that way the other lower frequency instruments can cut through, like the kick, the bass, and I think that was about it. Yeah. And next sound I added in was, we'll find out. Now this particular track, I know that guitar was super loud, but I did something I normally don't do. I took a stock sound and made it special. And I'll speak a little on this. I used Plucked, which is, pretty much comes with every FL Studio. And you can mess around with these, the color and the decay. And I think I kept it normal, obviously, and widen. But also what I did in the mixer window, I did some crazy stuff. I did some EQ. I cut the highs, cut the lows, obviously, and I used this tool called Reverser. And let's actually find out. Kilohertz, that's who I got it from. They make a whole suite of things, and I really like this plugin. I did a whole video actually on it, so you can check that out on this channel. Just type in, I think Reverser, but it's under producer tips, I believe. But yeah, this tool gives it like a reverser effect. You can sync it, you can change, it tells you right here when you highlight over it, adjust the sync delay time by changing both the upper and lower numbers individually. And you can crossfade, you can time ramp it in, whatever. There's a lot you can do with this. And also, there's a dice. I like the dice. You can randomize it and just get different things. So, and I added halftime on it from Cable Guys. I don't think I did a video on this yet. If you like one, please put it in the comments if you like a video on halftime. I can do that. This, pretty much with the mix level halfway, you have your original tone and like a lower melody as well, and it's at half beat, so it kind of has some movement there. And then you can mess around with some of these sustained smooth effects on the left here. So I have those two effects on it, and I add a reverb after it. So I had a lot going on with just that guitar. So actually, let's solo that. This is with effects. Wow. And this is without. This is what I started with. That's funny. So anyway, you see how the drastic difference is with these quick things I did: reverser, halftime, and reverb, and of course EQ, because I cut out the frequencies I didn't want at first. So after that, I added this sound. I think it's a pad, so let's check it out. My bad, I had everything soloed, so here we go. Alright, so with that, I actually did a, what do you call it? I used this storage plugin. This is from Studio Link. I did a whole series on this plugin alone when it came out. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I use like a synth. This is Synth All-Star that I ran across that I like. And I think I did some, let's see what I do. Just EQ. I just cut the lows on it. So the sound was pretty much the way I liked it. And did I do anything in the plugin? I don't think I did. Yeah, it's pretty much stock. So the sound was cool. Let me solo it so you get an idea. So in contrast, you notice the first loop is plucks, and the second melody that I made was pretty much a guitar melody, but it has a lot of movement with the plucks, and then I contrast it with the pad. So remember that when you're making beats, you want to contrast your beats. You don't want just straight melodies all the way through. You don't want like 10 or 3 different pads doing long notes the entire time. I mean, you can. It depends on what you're aiming for. But contrast actually adds to your music a lot. I'm giving you some tools in this video, and you know, that's the aim for the channel, is to help producers like learn different techniques and also just kind of be inspired and just learn different things instead of just doing the same thing all the time. And again, this is not a particular artist, but I can hear an artist on it. I can hear more like a pop artist on this type of instrumental. Next I added, I totally forgot what this is. This is I used Storch again, and I think I used the same instrument. Yep, the All-Star. So what I did with this, I had a lot of movement, and I think I used the arpeggiator. Yes. So if you highlight something, I think it's, let me see. Oh, nope. I tried to do a marker. I totally forgot what the arpeggiator is. Is it Alt-A? Yeah, Alt-A. And then you can mess with the time multiplier like that, and you can come up with different patterns. I basically had long notes and just used the arpeggiator to come up with something different. And here it is. Yeah, that reverser is crazy. So after that, I started adding some drums. I think it's the kick. And you notice that kick is hitting crazy. And of course, you know, in every video that I post, I'm putting the links to the loop packs that we sell that are on sale right now. I'm not sure how long they will be, but you can get them. The links will be in the description, as well as the free loop pack, so check that out. So with the kick, I used some compression with Sound Goodizer and actually some reverb. Just slight reverb, low wet level. Of course, the dry was at default. Cut the bass and low cut, and just a little bit of reverb, just kind of give it some space and make it kind of reverberate, if you will, in the beat. So it made it stand out some more. So the kick came out really great, as you can hear. And something I normally don't do, it sounds like the kick is in the same pattern as the snare. So it's just in the same pattern but on different tracks. So with the snare, I also use some compression, and did some crazy EQ where I wanted certain frequencies to stand out. So with kicks and snares, you can always like make certain frequencies stand out within it. You don't always have to just boost everything. Just pick and choose where you want that frequency to be present in contrast to your other sounds. So next I added, what is this, hi-hat? So, and obviously this is like the chorus part of the beat where everything's going on. But with the hi-hat, I added a little shift so that way it's a little off the groove. And if you notice as well, there's a little bit of swing here. Was it? Usually like 27%. So, I mean, it varies per beat and what you want to do, but that's what I added on this beat. So I think this is a cymbal. And then another hi-hat. So with that hi-hat, it kind of just gives it more stability because the other hi-hat has a lot of movement. Like if you compare the two, notice, I got some velocity changes here. Let me spread this out a little bit. It's just a different type of rhythm. Like let's solo it. See, it has like almost a marching rhythm. And lastly, I think I added either an 808 or synth bass, so we'll check it out. So notice that is a synth bass. So I did that in Silent 1. If you're curious, it's the BS AC bass. There's tons of basses in here, and you can make your own if you're good at sound designing. I dabble in it every now and then, but I would like to explore it more so that way, my sound design game is up, so I can make some very unique stuff. So, but it takes time and patience, just like anything. So what I'm going to do is play the intro, chorus, and into some of the verse here. Again, this is like a TV beat. It's for, actually I can't tell you what it's for. My bad. Actually I can't tell you what it's for because it's for a major network. So anyway, I just like to share you this behind the scenes stuff that you can't get anywhere else. And you can see that this is what you can do with your career. You don't have to just sell the artist, which is awesome. You don't have just the chase placements all the time. You can do stuff for TV and do stuff for companies and networks. You can do stuff where it's syndicated, so you can get synchronization royalties. And if you want to rewind that and watch and laugh as I try to say that, please do, and give this video a thumbs up. So without further ado, here's the video with the intro and the chorus. And there's tons of other ways to make money with your music. Don't just be limited. You got to think outside the box. I mean, there's music everywhere. So let me jump into the chorus here and just play into the verse. And that pretty much wraps the beat up. That's all the elements. As you notice throughout, I took a few things out. Nothing too crazy, and I put a marker at the end because this is a hard ending. Basically what they call is a stinger, and there's other terms too, but it just kind of abruptly ends on the one. So here's what the beat sounds like. This actually came out better than I thought. So, that's pretty much the whole beat. I went over every element, and also I didn't go over any mixing. Not much done with the mixing. Did do stereo separation for the loop because I wanted it spread it left and right, and I used the standard stereo separation. There's plugins that you're not allowed, but that allow you to do very unique things with stereo separation. The guitar, I actually just panned it right a little bit, and the pad I stereo separated. I wanted that wide, and did the opposite. Went pretty hard left with the lead, the contrast the guitar. And the drums are pretty much straight up. So I didn't really do much with panning and not much with stereo separation. On the mastering side, Neutron and Isotope Ozone 7. I did get Ozone 8, which is awesome, and it gives you a lot of extra tools than the Ozone 7. So that's pretty much it. I didn't really go crazy with the mixing and mastering part of it. As you can hear, it sounds really great. Neutron, of course, you can use the track assistant and then tweak each thing it recommends, or you can do it from scratch, if you know what you're doing. I switch back and forth. I'm always curious of what track assistant would do. I know some producers don't like it, some do, because it kind of cheats, but it gives you a guideline to what you can do. And Isotope Ozone 7, the 8 has the master assistant where it recommends certain plugins that you can use. I like the products a lot, but like I said in plenty of other videos, you can always use what you have, and then once you master that, you can move that knowledge to these other type of plugins. It doesn't mean that you have to get it, because FL Studio Image Line gives you exactly what you need to make great music without having to buy third-party plugins. So without further ado, again, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I am in Vegas. If you have a great Vegas story, put it in the comments. If you've ever been to Vegas, let me know. Put it in the comments. Just say, hey, I went here, or hey, I had this drink, or I've been with some strippers, whatever. Put it in the comments. I'm curious of what your story is. My story, actually, today, I had a shot with a scorpion in it. So there you go. If you like that, put a thumbs up on the video. Again, subscribe. Hit that sub button, click the bell as well, so that way you get to see more videos like this, more beat making videos and more producer tips, and just more to add to what you love, is making music. So I'll catch you next video, and have a good day. Peace. You like that reverse effect, right? Well, subscribe.